Pokemon is a series regarded for a lot of things. I've talked about just a few with my previous videos of Pokemonth, but this is the one I've been looking forward to doing for a long time. Top 10 boss battles in Pokemon. For this list, gym leaders, rivals, Elite Four members, champions, evil team leaders and executives, and legendaries are allowed to be included. I'm only going to be looking at the handheld games, and these are my opinion with my personal experiences. Remember that this isn't the list of the hardest boss battles in Pokemon. With all that said, here are my top 10 Pokemon boss battles. The entire climax to the Delta episode of Oris is amazing. While this is the first of 3 potential battles for the Delta episode, it's definitely not the last. After catching Rayquaza and defeating Zinnia, you fly into space to destroy the asteroid that was going to hit and destroy the Earth. When you do this, a triangle comes out of the asteroid and goes in the same pattern as the one from the event in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Following that, Deoxys explodes out of it and attacks. Although this battle can be over in 2 seconds with a Master Ball, the scenery and music are amazing. I mean, you're fighting on top of the Earth! Deoxys is also one of my favorite legends, and this battle was a great way to finish off the Delta episode, which is still, for me, the best part of Gen 6. As everyone already knows from the rivals list, Barry is awesome. To me, he's the best rival in the history of Pokemon, and he battles you a lot, but also does a lot to help you. His final battle right before the Elite Four is freaking fantastic. In my opinion, it kind of makes it the Elite 5. Even though the champ kind of makes it the Elite 5 already, but you know what I mean. He uses Heracross, Staraptor, Snorlax, Roseraider Torterra, Floatzel Empoleon, and Rapidash or Infernape. And his music is just so good. It perfectly fits him and always gets me amped up for a battle. He's honestly the best rival. Sorry, everyone that likes blue. Team Galactic is my favorite EVO organization, not just because it's Gen 4, but because every admin felt intimidating, especially Cyrus. While I don't consider him the most evil leader of the crime organizations, he's definitely up there. But I will say that what he tried to do was the most evil. He wanted to destroy the entire universe and recreate it without Soul.
Absolutely unlikely!
He actually almost succeeded until, oh dear God, it's Satan!
What? What the fuck?
Just freaking lovely. After Giratina drags Cyrus into the distortion world, you travel all the way to the end of it, where Cyrus tells you that he's going to stop at nothing to end the world and the entire universe. Engage epic battle! Now here is an awesome fight. With a team of Houndoom, Honchkrow, Crobat, Gyarados, and Weavile, other than worrying about rocks, his team is always scary to fight. Nuzlocke can definitely be destroyed in this fight, and his music is just so freaking good. The scenery is the distortion world, and I mean, that's just awesome. And, you know, Cyrus is only a little psychopathic. Still, this is easily one of the best fights of any evil admin ever. And I would probably put it in a solid third. The other two that are better... If there's any character in Pokemon that made Cyrus look even remotely sane, that would be Lucamine. This chick is nuts, wanting to bring Ultra Beasts into the world because she saw them as beautiful and amazing. She straight up calls her own daughter ugly, almost kills Nebby, and more than likely gave a bunch of kids nightmares.
You know, for kids!
Look at that. Just look at it. The sound effects are disturbing as well. This fight is anything but fun. All of her Pokemon get a little beast boost when they get sent out, meaning that she's more than likely done experiments on all of them. Great. Clefable has a special defense boost, Lilligant with a special attack boost, Miss Magus with a speed boost, Melodic with an attack boost, which makes no sense, and Beware with a defense boost. It's a really, really hard fight. And the music is also pretty good, and you're in Ultra Space, which only makes the battle better. If only Ultra Sun and Moon didn't completely change her character. Climbing Mount Silver makes you reflect on the entire journey you went through, all the hardships you and your Pokemon fought together, and everything that you have done in the journey. And then you meet Red. First off, he's at the top of a mountain, which just adds to the epic feeling of the battle. On top of that, he has a great theme, even though it's copy-pasted from Lance's. His team is also pretty cool, using Pikachu, Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard, Snorlax, and either Espeon or Lapras. Something that always bothered me was, why doesn't he have the Pokemon Red had in the manga? I mean, I know the games and the manga are two completely different things, because in the manga, Team Rocket is actually a threat, but still. It would have been cool if he used Pikachu, Poliwrath, Venusaur, Snorlax, Espeon, Aerodactyl, but hey, that's just me. I'm not going to say his battle wasn't cool, because it's really cool. He doesn't say anything when the battle starts, and says nothing when the battle ends. He's too cool for you. What a final battle for an awesome generation. My love for this battle is something that's really hard to describe. Mainly because the character in question didn't do really anything in the story. And usually my characters gotta do stuff in the story, or, you know, be something that get mentioned. However, this battle has always stuck with me, and that's Iris. While Iris herself isn't what I'm always excited about, her team and music always get me amped up and ready for a fight. It's fast-paced and so cheery for a Champions theme, and it's overall my second favorite of any Champion theme. With Hydreigon, Druddigon, Haxorus, Lapras, Aggron, and Archeops, her team always gives me problems. They also make it seem like you're flying through space in the battle, and that always gave me this climactic feeling like, this is exactly what this game needed, an amazing finish. Black 2 is easily one of my favorite Pokemon games of all time, and this final battle cements that. Originally, I was only going to have Deoxys represent the legendaries, because that fight was amazing. But there was another one that came up. Ultra Sun and Moon did a lot wrong, but they did some things right. One of them was Necrozma. This thing is crazy evil. It wants to rob all of the light from Alola, and eventually the rest of the world.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
After Lucamine tries to defeat it, it makes its way into our world and fuses itself with either Lunala or Solgaleo, depending on which version you were playing. You do battle with it, and after you win, it jumps into Ultra Space. You have to get on the opposite mascot legendary and fly through to find Necrozma. You end up finding this place called Ultra Megalopolis. First thing you notice is this big, shining tower, and the captain, Fico, tells you that Necrozma is at the top of it. It's known as Megalo Tower. You climb it and reach the top. Necrozma is there, damaged from your battle with it. But it doesn't want to lose. As a last-ditch effort, it does this. Ultra Necrozma. Okay, we've gone to an entire new level of insane. Yeah, it seems fair. Newsflash, not fair at all. Ultra Necrozma is stupidly strong with base 167 in both attack stats, 129 speed, 97 on both defenses and HP. Oh, and it beast boosts every stat by one stage.
God dang, dude! Holy crud, dude! Oh my god! Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Damn it, Stan! I'm getting close. Why do I have to point that out? It always makes me worse! Fuck! I was so goddamn close! God fucking damn it! I'm fucking done! This is bullshit!
Did you like it?
I have to kill the boss.
Did you have a good time?
How is this even remotely fair? You can't do anything to it. It will one-shot all of your Pokemon, and even if it doesn't, it's impossible to take it out in one shot because of how powerful it is.
Did you like it?
But I couldn't pass this fight up. The scenery is great, and oh my god, the music. Once Gen 4 doesn't top one of these lists because this is the number one from Gen 4. And it should be pretty obvious who it is. Cynthia is Pokemon's best champion, and it isn't hard to see why. She's extremely helped throughout the story, and the final battle against her is amazing. Her fight from Platinum is freaking ridiculous. Her team, Spiritomb has no weaknesses, Roserade is tied for the best special attack of all grass types, Togekiss has Serene Grace and Air Slash, which can spell nightmares, Lucario is mixed attacking at its best, Melodic is more annoying than it needs to be, and Garchomp is freaking terrifying to fight. Her theme song is also one of the best in Pokemon history, and I always love fighting her. She's an amazing fight, and by far my favorite champion. Probably my favorite part of the entire Delta episode has to be the character Zinnia. You see her at the beginning of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire after you leave the Petalburg Woods. She's dressed in the attire of whatever evil organization that you're facing off against, depending on the version of the game you're playing. You don't see her until the Delta story, and she plays a huge part there. You learn a lot about her, how she's a dragon keeper, and the fact that she's just had a really sad past. She wants to be the hero to stop the meteor from hitting the Earth and fly up with Rayquaza to stop it from happening. So she has one final battle with you, and oh my goodness. Okay, this chick is awesome. First of all, her design is something I want to point out. She honestly looks psychopathic, but personally I thought it made her character really awesome. Her battle is, oh dear god, Goodra, Tyrantrum, Altaria, Noivern, and Mega Salamence. Her team is all dragon and all freaking crazy hard. The scenery is pretty cool too, because you're at the top of the Sky Tower, but her theme is what put her just above Cynthia. Amazing. My favorite Pokemon song of all time. I'm gonna say right now, Black and White's main story finish is the best in Pokemon history. After beating the Elite Four, it's revealed N has defeated Alder and now has the power to liberate all Pokemon from trainers. After walking to the castle to N's throne room, you find him there. He tells you that he and he alone is the hero, until the orb you have starts glowing, and out comes the mascot legendary. After catching it, N does battle with you. And oh my god, is it good. He uses the mascot counterpart to yours, meaning either Zekrom or Reshiram, as well as Caracosta, Vanillux, Archeops, Zoroark, and Klinklang. His theme is also amazing. After you defeat him, he realizes that maybe everything he was doing with Team Plasma was completely wrong. And that's when Getsis enters. Infuriated that N couldn't get the job done, he reveals that his plans were to rule Unova from the beginning, and then challenges you to a battle, and heals you just before the fight. And the first thing I want to talk about is Getsis' theme song. Most of Pokemon's music pieces are filled with many instruments. Getsis's has timpani, cymbal, gong, and a little piano, and that's it. Only during the main part is there a chorus. It's so freaking good. His team is kind of scary, and by that I mean, oh my god, is it terrifying. Cofagrigus, Bouffalant, Seismitoad, Bisharp, Electros, and Hydreigon, and he uses each and every one of them to the best of their abilities. While both Bisharp and Seismitoad can be one-shotted, every other one of his Pokemon are problematic. If you can beat him, he goes on about how it's impossible for him to lose, and how he's perfect. Before Cheren and Alder take him away, he calls N, his own adopted son, a freak without a human heart. The music that plays here is known as N's Farewell, and it is truly an amazing piece. During it, N says the following to you. I want to talk to you about something. It's about when I first met you in Accumula Town. I was shocked when I heard what your Pokemon was saying. I was shocked because that Pokemon said it liked you. It said it wanted to be with you. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe there were Pokemon that liked people. Because up until that moment, I've never known a Pokemon like that. The longer my journey continued, the more unsure I became. All I kept meeting were Pokemon and people who communicated with one another, who helped one another. That was why I needed to confirm my beliefs by battling with you. I wanted to confront you, hero to hero. I needed that more than anything. There's no way a person like me, someone who understands only Pokemon. No, actually, I didn't understand them either. No way I could measure up to you when you had met so many Pokemon and were surrounded by friends. The champion has forgiven me, and what I should do now is something I'll have to decide for myself. You said you have a dream. That dream, make it come true. Make your wonderful dream a reality and it will become your truth. If anyone can do it, it's you. Well then, farewell. What makes these two fights my #1 spot is the fact that they almost roll into one huge fight. You battle N, who is perceived as the main villain, only for Getsus to unveil himself as the true evil. Everything that happens in the final 2 fights, and the ending, as well as every single music piece, as well as the credits theme, which is one of the best from all of Black and White. Put this as my #1 best boss fight in Pokemon history. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time, top 10 favorite Pokemon.